So a new trailer for the movie Kraven the Hunter, which is releasing this year in the month of December, is out. And if you don't remember, let me remind you, we actually got a trailer for this movie almost a year ago, and after that the movie just kept getting postponed. Firstly, it was because of the SAG-AFTRA strike, then afterwards because of some reasons. But anyways, the second trailer is here and let's talk about it. Well, my first thoughts after watching the trailer for the first time was like, I was not quite impressed with the trailer. Like, something was missing from the trailer, like that high point, that money shot was missing from the trailer. It just didn't get me that hyped up for the trailer. But the first trailer did get me a lot of hype because of the proper R-rated action. The first trailer showed the action in all its glory, like proper R-rated stuff. But this trailer also tried to do that, but not on that level of the first trailer. But anyways, thankfully we do know that this movie is going to be quite proper R-rated in the action department at least. But as I was talking about not being impressed with the second trailer, now one thing also I think that accounted to it, that was, I think the big money shot scene was supposed to be centered around the introduction of Rhino in this trailer, but the introduction of Rhino, that whole sequence just didn't get me that hyped up, and I was not very pleased with the appearance of Rhino. I don't know what it is, I can't just pinpoint it right now, but I was just not quite as impressed as I would hope to be when I get to see Rhino for the first time. But anyways, let's look at the trailer frame by frame and just try to understand that what at all is going in this trailer. So firstly, we can definitely say that our boy Kraven the Hunter is admitted into a prison, and this seems to be a Russian prison, and this guy over here talks something about hunters, and he says that the hunter is a myth now. And of course, our hunter boy just doesn't take that very lightly. He takes it seriously and he beats up this guy along with a few other guys as well, and then he actually escapes from that prison. Further, in few shots we can see that all is not well between Kraven and his father, and Chameleon also later in this trailer points out this exact thing. And Chameleon is also going to be a villain on this movie along with Rhino, of course. But this is basically the origin story of Kraven the Hunter in this Sony Spiderman universe, and I think the whole movie, the entire movie will be focused on Kraven finding himself, Kraven detaching himself or finding his true identity from his father or away from his father, for a matter of fact. I mean, Kraven's journey in this movie is going to be about finding himself, about what he is, who he is. Then we can see in this forest looking kind of a setting, we can see that these people are setting up traps to catch maybe Kraven or some other animals as well. But Kraven finds out about these traps and then he just beats up these guys, and in very crooked fashion. Then we get our first introduction to the character of Rhino, and we can see he injects himself maybe, and then his skin turns into the skin of a rhino. I mean, at first I felt it was quite weird, but we'll talk about that later. Then this looks to be the same forest, the same jungle kind of a setting where Kraven finds these guys and then beats them as well. And this is Chameleon again, as I said, that he is going to be one of the villains of this movie. But I noticed these scenes and these were quite good to see, because firstly we can see Kraven latches onto this thing which is attached to this chopper and he doesn't let go of it, and he actually flies with it over this water, underwater, and he still doesn't let go of it. And I just thought that this entire scene is going to be quite good to watch. Then we see a few fight scenes of Kraven and the Rhino, and as I mentioned earlier that I was not quite impressed with the way the Rhino was shown. I just thought that Rhino was not that big, or Rhino just didn't, I mean, he just looked weird. I can't pinpoint it at this point in time, but it just looked weird. I was not quite impressed with it, but I do hope that my perception of it actually changes when I watch the movie or some other trailers as well, because this movie is coming out in December and this is just August. So yeah, we can definitely have at least one more trailer from this movie before its official release, and maybe at that time I can be more familiar with Rhino and maybe I like him at the end. But overall I could say I was not quite impressed with the trailer, but I can see where this movie is going. It's going to be quite hard on action, proper R-rated, bloody, gruesome, you know, all that ruthless stuff that is going to be in the action. Then the main theme or the main story of this movie will be focused on Kraven finding himself and his tension with his father or the identity of his father. So that is going to be a major part of it as well. The biggest thing will be about Kraven finding himself. That's it. These are all my thoughts on the trailer of Kraven the Hunter. Please go down in the comment section and please share your thoughts as well on this trailer, and you can check out some other videos on my channel as well. And as always, thank you so much for watching.